So we are dealing with the topic of dissertation. In the last session, we have tried to understand the meaning of a dissertation and the scope of dissertation. So in today's session, we will discuss the importance of a dissertation. Why a dissertation is important for a student. We have already seen that a dissertation is a part of academic program where a lengthy, detailed research is being done, and the entire process will be put down in the papers which is submitted, and the entire process includes a thing called a dissertation. When a student does a dissertation, a research on a serious topic, do detailed analysis and all, there are multiple ways by which this becomes useful both for the student and for the community together as well. So let us see what are the different ways by which dissertation is important. The first aspect is development of research and analytical skills. See, when we do a dissertation, we are actually concentrating on a single narrow problem and we are going deep into that. So when we formulate a research question, when we try to find a different literature based on it, different case studies based on it, when we collect different data, either from the data sources or by sampling, we collect them, we analyze them in multiple ways, we do n number of questioning onto that, we try to find the answers from the project that we are doing, and finally we have to come to a conclusion. So this particular process is actually enhancing the researcher's analytical skills, inquiry skills, and a lot many research oriented skills. So these kinds of skills becomes important in the future as well. So all these people who do some research, a serious research kind of thing, will definitely try to become somewhere in an administrative position or a decision maker or in academics, where these kinds of skills are very important, and that too they may have to take decisions as a matter of fact, where the skills like analytical abilities or differentiating abilities, all these kinds of skills become very important. The second is contribution to the knowledge itself. See, we have seen how the world have developed right from the early Stone Age onwards, when people never had any such idea about the tools they can use or they have to use. They started observing. They might have seen different kinds of stones, so they do a kind of research. They do not know it. They might have done a kind of research like which stone is suitable to hit and kill an animal, which is suitable to which can be penetrated into the body of the animal and kill it, which can be used for cutting the flesh. So for different purposes, they needed different tools. So all these kinds of things have developed right from the early Stone Age. If the humanity has developed anything which we can use for the purpose of a comfortable life, all of these have come out of some kind of a research, either knowing or unknowingly. As I said in the previous session, the earliest televisions or computer monitors were a box kind of things which used cathode ray tubes. So more and more deeper researches into the different possibilities of such kind of things have so developed that the same thing now we have as a small smartphone in our hands. So every kind of a thing is adding something new. They are actually developing new ways, new methods out of the existing ones itself. How we can modify it, how we can create new methods out of it. And this mobile technology itself is not an ideal one. Now we are technically speaking in the 5th or 6th generation of mobile network technology, but the mobile phone technology is much advanced. So this itself is happening just because of this thing called research. So same thing is happening in any field. Law itself is a dynamic area where such kinds of researchers can help. Law being a complex idea needs interpretation. And those interpretation can give different dimension to different people who look at it in different ways. That itself can create a lot many points based on which we can do a number of researches. These kinds of researches which I've already done have changed the nature of law itself in different areas. So, the researches that a student does in that particular field actually adds new knowledge to the already existing ones. The third one is a demonstrative expertise. The moment we start to do some kind of a research, the knowledge base that we have in that particular field expands, and as it expands, we grow in confidence and we will be able to go in front of anywhere and speak up openly. That is just because of the confidence that we have in the research, in the output of the research that we do. We can demonstrate it to anybody. If we have to take an example, we may have to go back again into science when the entire world believed the earth is the center of the universe and every other thing like the sun, moon, stars, everything is going around the earth. They believed earth is a flat body even. Copernicus was a scientist who was one among the first people who tried to make the people understand that earth is not a flat body, earth is a round body, and that is not at all the center of the universe. But unfortunately, he was arrested by the then authorities, asked him to change his version, and he was killed. But later, Socrates came. Socrates invented a glass, which we now call it as a telescope, and he started to use it in public places. Public places. He took it to the seashore, made the people to look through those glasses and to see how the ships emerges from the horizon of the sea. He demonstrated it. What happened? People started to believe that what Socrates says is true. He also was arrested. He was also taken to the court. He was asked either to change his opinion or to change his, or to die. What did Socrates do? He changed his opinion in the court. And as he came out, he told his disciple Plato, why should I live my life for a set of fools? Because those were the people who never wanted to change either themselves or the people outside. But he demonstrated his observations, his research. He made people, ordinary people, to look through those glasses into the horizon, into the sky, and make them understand it by themselves. And as he said, as years passed, science proved that Socrates was right and the so-called authorities were wrong. So the more we do the research, our strength, our depth in that particular subject increases, and we become much more confident and strong and powerful in the subject we do the research, and that increases our demonstrative skills.